Have you ever come across a perfect person? I bet you've answered no to the question. The thing is, no one is an ideal human being, because if humans were, there would be no such thing as wars, stress, sadness, or mistakes. The funny thing is, even though, while we may never accomplish perfection, we can become nearer to it through our limitations.
The majority of people would not portray themselves as absolutely perfect. I bet even the most conceited people in the world are not, on the whole, so big-headed as to say they are perfect in all ways. Even Paris Hilton thinks she is a dummy. If you think about it, if we are not all perfect, then it goes to say that we must have a lot of shortcomings as a result. Which also means that through our shortcomings, we are prone to make mistakes, and that mistakes are a normal part of the human condition.
You may think that this seems like a silly concept. If you do, then let's look at it in this way. When you first learned how to drive a car, the first thing that probably happened was that you stalled the car. What happened after that? Well, your brain looked at what went wrong, it made the necessary adjustments to the movement of your legs and coordination. Hey, before you know it, you're driving along without being conscious of it. What happened was that you learned from your mistakes.
We learn about the world through making mistakes. When Thomas Edison invented the wireless, he made 700 attempts before he got it right. When asked about his failures, he replied, "Well, when I failed 700 times, I knew then that there were 700 ways of not doing it. By not repeating my mistakes, I finally got it right." If scientists did not make mistakes, we would have no computers, airplanes, electricity. Basically, everything that makes our life easier has come about by trial and error.
Trial and error is the method by which we learn as human beings of how things work. The only way we can know how to get something to work is to know what things will stop it from working. People that let the fear of making mistakes override them hardly ever reach their goals in life. These people concentrate on the negative aspect, like, what will happen if I do this or do that? What if I fail? They waste a lot of energy on dwelling on all the bad things that might happen if they're not successful in their venture, instead of thinking of all the good things that might happen if successful.
What I'm talking about here are modest mistakes, not disastrous ones. Like losing all your money over a bad business deal, or your wife leaving you because of a silly affair. Small mistakes every now and then are vital for personal development.
What do successful people do when dealing with their mistakes? Well, let's see what procedures successful people use. Characteristically, every successful person takes a relaxed way of dealing with mistakes. Every time they do something successfully, they integrate that accomplishment into their personality. The real secret to their success is, however, their ability to view any bad mistake as a learning process, and a byproduct of their accomplishment. You only have to read about Richard Branson, or Alan Sugar, or any successful business person, and they all mention that it was the mistakes that they made that got them to where they are now.
If you are still working towards your goals, and still have not achieved any major success, you need to think of your mistakes as just a learning process on the way to your coming success. Remember, never have disbelief in yourself just because there have been a few obstacles to conquer. Learn from your mistakes, so you don't do the same ones again, because if you do the same thing, you'll get the same results. Good luck.